But right now, we begin with our top stories. A Greenwood, Louisiana family woke up to the sound of a fire alarm late last night. Fire officials say the call came in around 11:30 on Katy Lane. That's just off of Highway 80. Homeowners say once they heard the alarm, they got out of the home quickly, and thankfully nobody was injured. The District 4 Caddo Fire Department worked that fire and say they were able to get it under control quickly. There's no word, though, on what sparked that blaze. Casino giant Caesars Entertainment is letting go about 700 employees worldwide. Bloomberg News reports the company could move into bankruptcy protection early next year. Caesars has lost money every year since 2009 after the height of the recession. About 200 of those layoffs will be at high-profile Las Vegas properties. The company owns properties including Caesars Palace, Harrah's, Paris, Las Vegas, and the Flamingo. There's been no word if any of the Caesar properties in our area, the Horseshoe and Louisiana Downs, will be impacted. New this morning, if you owe back taxes in Louisiana, good news. Under the state's latest amnesty period, you'll be allowed to pay in an installment plan, but you better hurry. The program ends today. The tax amnesty program offers people the ability to settle tax debts with half the interest and no penalties charged. For more information, visit our website, ktbs.com, and look for this story. Some good news for the area's economy. A major new business is coming to Marshall. Rio Ammunition Plant will bring a state-of-the-art shotgun shell plant with dozens of new local jobs. Although it sits just beyond city limits, authorities say it'll be a fully taxable site. But Marshall Economic Development Corporation, or MEDCO, says the construction will cost 30% more than the original estimate, a total of $9.6 million. MEDCO is building the plant and wants the commission to approve the extra money. This update now to a story we've been talking about this week. Nearly 100 people gathered at the Minden Civic Center last night for a community meeting on the cleanup at Camp Minden. An EPA representative answered questions from Webster and Bossier Parish residents about how the open burn process will affect their lives. He says there will be some visible emissions, but they should dissipate. But the EPA assures the open burn method is the best way to go. The open tray burn will look similar to this. This is video of a smaller scale version demonstrated at Camp Minden earlier this year. The EPA says timeliness is important because their latest estimations have the M6 deteriorating enough in the next year to become a big problem. Turning now to the 2014 vote, Sarah Palin travels to Louisiana this weekend to rally with Republican U.S. Senate candidate Bill Cassidy as Tea Party backers line up for the GOP congressman in hopes of defeating Democratic incumbent Mary Landrieu. Palin, the former Alaska governor and Tea Party favorite, will attend a Cassidy rally tomorrow afternoon in Monroe, seeking to keep Republican voter enthusiasm high for the December 6 runoff. The event will feature the patriarch of TV's Duck Dynasty family, Phil Robertson, and it'll include Ralph Abraham, the GOP candidate in a runoff against Democrat Jamie Mayo for the 5th District congressional seat representing Northeast Louisiana. The Republican-controlled House is on track to easily pass a bill today to approve the Keystone XL oil pipeline, but this time the Senate may follow. The bill marks the 9th attempt by the House to secure pipeline approval. Republicans hope the timing will give Louisiana Republican Representative Bill Cassidy an edge over Landrieu in a runoff race. The Senate, at Landrieu's urging, plans to vote next week. The White House says it takes a, quote, dim view of being forced to make a decision it has said would be based on whether the pipeline worsens global warming. People in El Dorado, Arkansas finally know who their mayor is. A recount of last week's votes was held last night at the Union County Courthouse by the Election Commission there. And Republican candidate Frank Hash will keep the seat with 51% of the votes. Democratic candidate Tony Henry asked for and paid for that recount. New this morning, October is usually the time breast cancer awareness takes center stage, but for some, breast cancer requires our attention year-round. KTBS 3's Kirsten Holmes found one young woman whose story sparked interest and action from loved ones and strangers alike. Kirsten joins us now live with the details. Good morning.
Back to you, Carly.
Kirsten, thank you so much. 5:09 now. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Appreciate it, Brian. Thank you. New this morning, once again, Facebook is making a change to its privacy settings. ABC's TJ Holmes has this morning's Tech Bites. If you've got a picture in your mind of a typical heart attack victim, Well, you probably need to reimagine it. Heart disease and heart attacks can affect young people as well as old women as often as men. And there are some other surprising facts about cardiac health you may not even know. Jim Morelli has the story. 5:17 now on this Friday morning, and up next, football brings out the excitement in many people. This morning, Rick Rowe takes us with him as his two nephews experience Tiger Stadium for the first time. It's today's Spirit of the Game. That story plus some more news and your cold forecast with Brian when we come back. Welcome back. 5:21 now with the lows hitting negative 14 degrees yesterday. The weather around Denver is anything but fall-like. The blast of wintry weather is good news for skiers, though, who took to the slopes at Keystone Resort.
Anyway, it didn't happen the way we all wanted to, but quite an experience for Josh and
when
Manny.
You could see them, you could see LSU, so cute and so into it.
But Josh and Manny, I think I've won them over. I think they're Tigers now.
I think you need to take them to one more game.
You know what? There's no more games at Tiger Stadium.
Oh, no.
I'd have to take them to Arkansas, where I think it might be snowing Saturday, is what I'm hearing.
Right, there is.
And you know, and I think Thanksgiving night, Thanksgiving weekend, they play Texas A&M. That would be an amazing experience. That's a good idea.
I'm sure they would go. I think if you want to win them over, they need one more trip.
I think you're probably right. I think you're probably right. Anyway, an amazing experience, and still love my Tigers. I don't care what happens to them. We'll always love the Tigers.
That's right.
A lot of people agree, Rick. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Rick.
It is 5:29 now, and up next we have Money Matters. Let's go up to New York now, where Maribel Avery is standing by. Good Friday morning, Maribel.